It is hard to win. One thing that I will say is being a head coach now is to celebrate the wins because they are hard to come by. Coaches are never happy, but I'm happy today with, it's been a long time since we've been here at Trask, and we did not come out of the gates to start the way that we wanted to, but we picked it up. I had to have some choice words with them after the first quarter, and then after that we picked it up as 9 new players, and learning to play with one another is something that is going to be a continuous process for us. But I thought we could have had multiple players of the game. Taylor Henderson's going to always be a player of the game. And the reason we chose Allie today was because we're not going to win if it's just Taylor. We've got to have other players that are stepping up with rebounding and blocks and doing other things for us to be able to win. And so I don't know the last time we had 4 players in double figures, but I'll take it. I'm happy. Again, we've got to fix some things to be able to beat a very scrappy Presbyterian team next week. But good start.
They were up 6 in the first quarter. Like you said, you guys are kind of figuring things out. When you guys kind of started to figure things out, and the Avalanche kind of started, you outscored them 29-6 in the second quarter. It seemed to be a lot of that success came from that zone press you were running. Can you kind of talk about what the philosophy of that was and why you wanted to implement that speed up the game?
I just felt like they were very comfortable, and we weren't really dictating anything. And so we wanted to kind of do something to mess up their rhythm and mess up their timing. And I always say, what do people do when they're uncomfortable? And a lot of times they turn the ball over or they shoot bad shots and things of that nature. And it worked to our advantage in that second quarter. And the luxury of having a little bit of depth, on the bench now to be able to rotate different players in there that are versatile, that can defend multiple players, it really helps. And so I believe it was Taylor that said that, our defense fuels our offense. And at one point, all of our points had come in transition in the first quarter. And so we needed to be able to kind of build upon that to kind of get us a cushion, and it worked.
I guess, yeah, you can't really run and press even if you want to when you let 5 players.
That's right. Very true.
And once you guys kind of got the momentum going in your direction, as we're talking about a lot of it coming from defense, I got a lot of clips of you guys, even if it's not a turnover, deflections, go out of bounds, standing up, the whole bench stands up. Just kind of talk about how you guys use that energy as well to help propel the comeback.
I'm so glad that you noticed that, Jake, because that is something that is important to me. Every single game, I clip the bench energy, and they know that is a standard, whether things are going well, whether they're not. If they're not going well, your teammate needs you to kind of help fuel them. And it's not about just me. It's about all of us together, and everybody has a role. And that energy is contagious, whether, it's good or bad, energy transfers. And so that's kind of a staple of who we are, and we try to implement that in every game, every minute of every game. And I thought they did a great job today.
Shots were, not falling at least early, and in 7 for 35, shows at least a little better percentage than what you guys started. I can't remember what but
it was bad. Yeah, it was bad.
What do you say, knowing that some of those shots were, good basketball shots, moving the ball around and getting catch and shoot open threes? What do you say to the girls when the looks aren't falling if they are good shots?
Well, my message to them after the first quarter was we were shooting a lot of good shots. We weren't shooting a lot of great shots. And we talk about all of the time giving up a good shot for a great shot. And we were just one pass chucking it. There were no paint touches. There was no penetration to get anything easy to then get us those great shots. And so that was my challenge to them, to hunt, we call them sevens, hunting sevens. And I tell them, we make sevens. You don't want to shoot fives. Those are 50-50 shots, and 50-50 shots lose you games. And so we hunted sevens. We shot way too many threes, 35 of our 70 shots. So hopefully we won't do that too much anymore. A lot of times we just settle. Especially when you come off of playing a Virginia Tech and UNC where shots are hard to come by because they're ACC caliber players. And so when you open, you feel like you have to shoot it all of the time. So just working within our continuity and within our offense to kind of be able to get those open shots.
Coach, you talked about throwing them out of their rhythm. I certainly think y'all succeeded. Clinton had 37 turnovers. Y'all had 14. They had 2 fast break points. Y'all had 28. We talked about the press and defense you changed to. What effort did you see that changed the game from your players?
Yeah, one thing that we track in practice are deflections. And we got our hands on a lot of balls. And, a lot of times, especially when players are tired, they're just going to make the direct pass that they can make. And just simply getting your hands up it will enable us to kind of get some things defensively. And I think Taylor said it was Tia, that came in. She's what I call my outside dog. You hear them talking about that. She's an outside dog, man. That dog, that ball is like her last meal, that she don't know if she's gonna get another one, and that's how she goes after it. And it kind of started with her, and as I said, energy transfers, and it just kind of went to everybody else. We had some success, and it just kept going.
Yeah, you talked a lot about your 9 new players this year, and they certainly showed out. Allie had great game, player of the game. Jania had 11 points with 100% from the field. Tia had 5.5 steals. How have you seen those new players mesh on this team?
Yeah, unless you wouldn't know that they were new, you wouldn't know that they were new. They fit in, and they fill a void that we needed on our team. And it's great to see players like them, like Nene and like Tia at point guard, giving us some stability. Allie giving us some versatility offensively, and then being a paint protector as well on the defensive end. It allows everybody else to just play their natural role. Taylor's so great because she's able to do what she does well, and she's not having to be the point guard and do all of the other things that she had to do last year. And so I think that's the best thing that they bring. By them being themselves, they give the others an opportunity to be themselves as well. And, I think the best is yet to come for all of them.
Yeah, it was a 37-point win, a great game, but you still got out-rebounded by 9. I know that's been a big focus for you. How would you like to see that change?
Yeah, I'm not happy about that, and they know I'm not, especially a lot of times it's the shooter who gets their own rebound, and that's something that we work on. It's not natural for us. We don't have a lot of players that just like to rebound, so I've got to organically make it natural for them. So we're working on that. That's something that's going to be a key for us versus Presbyterian for sure.
Coach, congratulations.
I got one last thing. I told my players we win, I'm going to tell them that their play was the best thing that I've seen today. In practice, I always, somebody will do something, and I'll be like Scott Van Pelt, that's the best thing I've seen today. So I told them before the game, I said, I want to say at the end of my post-game news conference that watching y'all play here at Trask was the best thing that I've seen today. So please do it again and rebound better. Thank you.